Hey, can you see me, Salvador? And hear me? I'm just waiting for a couple guests. Oh, I think I see one already. Hold up. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. How are you?
Okay, cool. It worked.
I know, right?
Cool. Yeah, let me turn it up. Okay. All right. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It's just been a crazy day with my kids and everything. You know how it goes.
Okay. I don't really know how to use this thing, so.
Okay. Can you see any of the comments or just I mean there's only a couple so far, but I'll read them out like if anyone has any questions or cuz are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, you probably can't see the comments, but I'll read them if anybody has any questions or anything like that.
Okay,
Let me
sounds good.
send this other invite real quick. We'll just have like a little casual convo kickback. Okay, I'm on the wrong. Okay. Tell her I just sent it. Ah. Did you watch the game or no? I had a feeling.
My husband, because we could do sports gambling in Washington now.
Uh-huh.
And so my husband, he's over here making me, and then the casino's like right down the street from my house, like
Okay.
literally 5 minutes. So he wakes me up early. He's like, go put a bet on this parlay. I don't know what the fuck it is, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go, he lost. I'm like,
oh no.
yeah, so he's sad today. He was sad.
Oh, damn. Were
He'll
you
be all right.
Yeah, you were like, that's what you get. No. I know
I'm
a
like,
couple
he'll be all
people
right.
that bet, but I think they came out all right. So that's cool. Two beauties. We thank you, in zone. San Fran 18, I see you. That's good. Glad you're here. Salvador, thank you for tapping in. Let me see if she taps in real quick. I just sent her the invite too. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy game. How so there wasn't gambling there before, right?
No, it just started like literally December.
Oh wow. So
And the end of December because they had been talking about it for a while that it was gonna come on, and then it didn't. And then he was like, he made me go over there, and then they didn't even have it, and finally now they did.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Matthew. Good evening, he said. That's right, that's right. I'm from 18 says winning. All right, here's our next beautiful guest. Hey, Drena.
I'm up in here.
That's right.
I made it. All right, yes. What's up, Monica?
Hi.
I watched your the interview.
Okay.
Is there an echo?
Yeah. I think.
I watched your the interview. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah. I think. Okay, give us a break, guys.
What is happening?
Do you have? Okay, give us a break, guys. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
How about now?
You got it? Okay, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I muted because I hear this huge echo.
Yeah. Okay, I think you got it now.
On.
Yay! You got it.
Yay, because I want it to be everywhere. I want it to be like on my phone. Huge echo.
Okay, I think you got it now. Yay!
I logged in. I logged in on my phone, my tablet, my new laptop.
Okay, it's echoing again.
Yay! I logged in on my phone, my tablet, my new laptop.
So are you still logged in on all of them?
That's what I was going to say too. Okay, go out and come back in. Okay. I'm still getting used to this too, so. Okay.
I'm logged into StreamYard.
Okay.
Maybe I should just log in, go to YouTube and just click the link in your channel.
Okay. I'm logged into
StreamYard. I'm going to close.
Okay. Maybe. Okay, let me share it again. Thank you guys for hanging with me. We'll get it together. See, that's when I normally call my kids in here to help me, but they're getting tired of helping me, so I got to learn. Okay.
That's cute.
Right? Okay. I just sent the link again. Let's see if she gets back in.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, that's pretty cool that you can do that gambling. I know there's like a little casino type thing. I don't know really what you call it. Anybody from my town knows what it is, but it's kind of ratchet. So I don't really go to that part of town. It's known for some other things too.
Where are you located at?
I'm in Salinas, California.
Oh, okay. Where's that at?
It's Northern California. So you may have heard of, like, let's see, probably Monterey. Can you hear us, Drena? Okay, you're muted. Let's see if it works when you unmute. Hi, Joker. Hi, Julio. Thank you, Julio. Hi, Libra 910.
I can hear you, but I press mute because I don't want to be all echoey.
Hi, Joker. Hi, Julio. Thank you, Julio.
Echo.
Hi, Libra 910.
Yeah. I can hear you, but I press mute because I don't want to be all echoey.
Do you have two windows open?
Thank you, Julio. Echo. Hi, Libra 910. I can hear you, but I press mute because I don't want to be all echoey.
Do you have two windows open?
You know what? Echo. I'm trying something else.
Okay. We'll get it together. Okay, so yeah, I'm in Salinas, California, which is Northern California. I'm like 20 minutes from Monterey, probably an hour or 45 minutes from San Jose.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, I haven't really been far from home, like, ever.
Oh, okay.
One time, and I got married and came back real fast.
Yeah, I'm originally from North Hollywood.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Damn,
From
right?
you can San Fernando Valley.
Yeah. Okay.
But I didn't grow up there. I was born there and I lived there until I was like 6. And then my mom brought us up here in 96 when things got really bad over there with the gangs and stuff.
She probably does.
Because my brother at that time, he was like my older brother. So if I was 6, he's like 8 years older than me.
Yeah.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
How
12,
about now?
13. He was 14.
Let's see. 14.
Oh, I think we're good.
We're good, right? Woo! Yay! We got it, girls. Might have taken us a minute, but we got it.
You know what? I just logged in on my iPhone. I shut the iPad down. I shut the computer down. And so I'm good. How are you all doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well. I watched your interview that you did with Monica, and I was watching from my TV. So I couldn't comment, but I was like glued. I was having a gin binge watch morning.
Aww.
So I was just letting it play. And at one point, I was like, let me pick up my phone right quick and let her know. She's so humble and she's so sweet. And it's just like awesome just to see you all, chopping it up and having that camaraderie. And whatever the video or live I was watching, I was like, she's so humble and very graceful and carry herself with class. And I absolutely love that. I have mad respect for that. Mad respect.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, I see that in like both of you. So I love that. Like, hey, that's what's up. Hey, Mr. Oldies. Hey, the Salinas report. Got everyone chapping. Oop. What the heck? Okay, there. My daughter stole my mouse from my laptop. So I'm like, I guess it's got a little touch screen right here. So your girl's a little technically like delayed. I'm trying to learn still. But yeah, I'm glad. What did you think about that? I mean, you watched the interview, Drena. What did you think, like, as far as your position? Do you have any input? Like, I don't know.
The interview that I watched with you and Monica, I thought was absolutely epic. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times, society deems women are and not heard.
Right.
And you really broke it down to where we could really understand it, and you were very passionate about what you were saying, and that is your can you hear me? I put in my earpods in.
Yeah, we can hear you good now. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you, as far as what I could see, you were telling your truth, you're telling your story, you're sharing your experience, and nobody can take that away from you. Everybody has an opinion about everything, but they can't dictate your story. They cannot dictate your experience. And so that's why I was so intrigued, because I'm like, she is expressing her experience.
Yeah.
Without validation. You don't need nobody to validate you about your experience.
Right.
Nobody can take that away from you. It is your life, your experience, your story. And we all have one. And I absolutely loved it. And then I saw myself.
Okay, cutting out. Okay.
I'm sorry, my son's calling.
Oh, there we go. So you saw yourself in Monica? Is that what you're saying?
Do you hear that?
I can hear you now. I don't know what.
Carry on, my dears. I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold up the life.
Okay. So basically, like, I think she was just saying all the same things I thought. Like, when I talked to you, you seemed very upfront with your situation and your family dynamic, and that's many things I respect about you. So,
thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. So, is everything still about the same up your way as far as visiting and stuff like that, or is there any changes?
Yeah, well, we're not able to visit right now. They canceled visit 2 weeks ago. So it's like kind of sad. I kind of got in my feelings today because I was supposed to go see him last weekend and this weekend. Like, we got approved visits. And I wasn't able to see him, and I was crying, and I was telling him that I'm sad, because I really wanted to go see him and feel in his muscles.
Hey, I love your honesty, right? I love your honesty. And if I remember right, you guys get pretty long visits, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, not right now. Right now, it's only 4 hours. Well, you guys are probably like, "Whoa, only 4," but before they used to be 7, so you can understand my frustration.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a big adjustment. Okay, let's see. She's gonna try and tap back in. See how this works. Okay.
We good?
I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay, good. I have grown children.
Yeah.
And just because they're grown, they're still my kids.
Oh yeah.
And that is just how I run my situation.
Yes.
They are always going to be my kids. So I'm going to always be the mattress for when they fall or when they need me. And I don't care because he's 20, just made 21. If he needs mommy, then I'm going to roll over, do some tricks, fetch a bone, and tongue fight with Liz in the desert to do whatever I have to do.
Yeah. I love that.
Sure that they're okay. That's my take on it.
Right. So, I feel the same way. I've got grown kids and I've got little kids still too. So
yeah.
How old are you guys as kids?
You want to go first, Drena?
Sure.
Okay.
I went to the comments and now I'm trying to get back to y'all.
Okay.
This is new for me too. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. We're all learning together.
Okay, here we go. So, all right. So I have a 25-year-old daughter. She is so independent and she's such a mini-me.
Thank you.
Like, I love her so much. She moved out, when she was like 18. She went to college. She just graduated from Sac State, and she's working in her field of study. I'm so proud of her, and she's entered her master's program, and she's just doing her thing. She's so much like myself, so she is very independent. Okay. Then my son is such a mama's boy, but he is such a stand-up guy. Aww. And when I saw him getting off track a little bit, I'm like, okay, listen, we need to get back on track. You were going to school, you met a nice young lady, and now y'all pregnant, and now you kind of fell off. So listen, the baby is the blessing, okay? Yeah. So don't ever get that twisted. And mommy's got your back. So instead of him going back to UC Davis, I'm like, listen, the baby's gonna be here in about 8 months. So find a trade or something that they'll give you a certification that will allow you to get a job so that you can take care of your family. And so he did that. And he completed the dental certification program.
Yes.
Yes, I'm telling you, it was like 8 months. And it's so funny because he was the only man. He was the only male. And they were like doing he told me one day, like, Mom, they were like doing a round table, and everyone was talking about, okay, so what are you going to do next? And everyone was like, oh, I'm going to be a dental hygienist. Oh, I want to go into this and that, whatever. And it got to him. He's like, yeah, I want to be a park ranger. And they fell out laughing. All the girls fell out laughing. But you know what? He stuck to it. And now he runs like 5 different dental offices. And he's doing his thing. But I'm still here for you. I'm still here for you. So and then my last one is she's 13 years old. And she's such a dear heart. The thing though is my 2 oldest, they grew up in the household with mommy and daddy. And so when me and my ex split, she's kind of feel like she's alone, right? Yeah. She doesn't have the sibling. Everybody else had the sibling that they grew up together with, no more than 2 or 3 years apart.
Right.
So she's kind of like a loner. And so I think I tend to overcompensate for that. Which could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing because she doesn't have a sense of value of things. So, she's got everything, MacBook, iPad, iPhone, whatever you name it, she's got it. But there's still a void. She still has that void and she gets lonely. You know what I mean?
I do.
So I have to have those pep talks with her on the way to school every morning. And sometimes I'm telling you, like, we'll get to school and she'll just bust out with the ugly cry. Aww. And I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, listen, you're not getting out the car. Pull it together. We're going to pray. And you're gonna remember your scriptures. Yeah. And you're going to repeat them and recite them to yourself. And you're going to move on through this day. And our one thing that we say every morning is, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I shall let nothing and nobody disturb my peace of mind. And just roll with that no matter what comes. You have to focus on what you can control. Yeah. And anything outside of that. Just smile and nod and know who you are because you're beautiful. Yeah.
Aww. Hey, you're doing it right, Drena.
So those are my 3. It's not easy. I'm telling you. It is not easy. No. But it can be done. It's attainable.
Yeah. Of course. Okay. Yeah. I feel you on that youngest one. For sure.
And check this out. She's going into puberty. And I'm going out. So imagine that, right? She hasn't started her cycle, and I haven't had one in about 6 months. So they're saying I'm going through perimenopause, and she is going into, her cycle hasn't started yet. So it's like her emotions are all over the place. My emotions are all over the place. And so that I thank God for, I don't know if you know Curtis or Dirty Weather 916 or whatever, but
shout out Dirty Weather.
He's a godsend. He's a godsend. You know, he don't have no kids, but he has taken my child and, you know, my other kids on as if they were his own. And that's one thing I said to him. Like, if I could turn back the hands of time, if there was one thing that I could do differently, I would have your baby. I really would. Yeah.
You're gonna make me tear up.
I would do that for him. I really would. I would do that for him.
Well, it sounds like you guys have put together your family and made it what it is. I wouldn't have known any different. I wouldn't have known, like, he wasn't already daddy, because it seems like he was functioning, family. So that's cool. That's what's up. Yeah. So I guess I'll go next, since this was your question, right, Monica? So oldest is 25. Then I have a 24. That's my son. That's who made me a teen. Well, he didn't make me a teen mom. I became a teen mom with him. And I have a 24-year-old, and I've been raising. I don't like saying step, because that feels so weird, because two of my kids are my bonus babies that I have, had since they were 7 and 12. And I don't like to say too much, but they don't have a relationship with their bio mother. So, you know what I mean? I'll just leave it at that. So 25 son, 24 daughter, 21 next month daughter, 20-year-old son, 17-year-old daughter, and 9-year-old daughter.
Oh, you have your hands full.
Yes. Oh. I have 3 at home only, but believe me, like, you know how it goes. They come do laundry and drop the babies off. Yeah. My son lives one out of state. Yeah. My son lives out of state. He's married, has a baby boy. So, I'm doing good.
So you're glammy. You're glamma.
I guess. Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I call myself. I'm like, I'm a glamma that is glam babe. And I'm doing grand. We're not talking about step. We say extended. Because from my previous marriage, there's 2 children that we never used the word step. We always, if we had to use any term, we always use extended. It's my extended daughter, my extended son, and we have a blended family.
I like
That's
that.
a beautiful thing.
I love that.
It's a beautiful thing.
Most definitely. Most definitely. What about you, Monica? What about your babies?
I have 2 sons, and they're 13 and 14.
Okay.
And they're my only ones. But when my husband comes home, he wants to have more. So we're going to see how that goes.
Okay. I was about to say, how do you feel about that? Are you with it?
I mean, I definitely am. I just want maybe just one, because I'm already done, with everything. Like, I'm done with the diapers. I'm done. And I had to do everything by myself, basically, because he was gone since they were 3 and 4. And so it was like, it was really difficult for me to have to take care of both of them by myself. And so I'm like,
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it over again, I don't want to have to go through that again. So I'm like, and he's like, no, that's not going to happen. But I'm just like, there's still that fear, because it was traumatic to have to raise kids by yourself.
Of course. I think that's just reality, that's something, if we've been through it, it's obviously something we're going to reflect on when we think about our future,
Yeah, but they love him, they don't see anything like wrong, or they're like, they just, they're happy that he loves them, and he wants to talk to them, and he has a relationship with them, the little that they get with him, they're happy. So
yeah. Do you get to take them with you on visits, like family visits?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all the time. I take them all the time. Only when I'm like, I want to spend time by myself,
Sure.
Then I'll tell them, and then they get upset. But I'm like, mommy needs time too.
Yes.
That part. You know what? I'm telling you, I have to drag myself out of the bed, no matter how tired I am. I have to drag myself out of the bed, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, so that I can have some me time.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like. If I turn on YouTube and binge watch Jen, or there's a few YouTubers that I like to watch. That's just my time. I want to drink my coffee. I want to just, I don't care. I might want to sit on the edge of the bed and just stare off into space and daydream. That's my time.
You need that, right?
My time.
I feel
it's so important. Like, we need to have our time.
Right.
Because our cup is so full. And we don't have any room for nothing else. So it's so important to have that me time. Yeah, I'm with that. 100.
That's true, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I always wondered, like, not to be nosy, but I always wondered how that worked, like with family visits. I know I've got a friend that, back in the day, she used to have family visits, and she would take her little one. Not all the time.
Are you like conjugal?
Yeah, I guess you can call it that, or some people like to call it family visits, and they don't like calling it conjugal. So I don't want to offend anyone. So you know what I mean? But yeah, like she would stay the night. I don't know.
We never had that opportunity.
Yeah. Right, Mike? Yeah. Okay. It's coming, girl.
Yeah, no, we never had that opportunity because they wouldn't approve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't approve it. I mean, it was because of his charges or whatever, because it was like harm to another person or whatever. Yeah. And then the person that was that the crime was committed against was a woman. And so that's why.
Okay.
So we were never, even though we tried everything, we tried to appeal it. And I mean, they know he wasn't even charged with that kind of stuff because he didn't even know the person. He wasn't around, but
at that point, it really is. Yeah. My I don't know, my brother's first term, he tried to apply so my mom could at least go see him. They still had it, I guess, back then, but because his crime was against a family member, it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, they try to do it that way, And so it's fine. Like, I mean, we had our little, moments every now and then, like at special visits and stuff like that. Like there'd be like when we'd have picnics or events for adults, we could do a little something, but it wasn't like that. It was just
I know I was still tripping out on how many cool things, like you were saying, the prison puts on out there, like petting zoos and like different cultural events. I was like, damn, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It honestly, like, I seen that as a blessing because it made it feel like he wasn't incarcerated for just a little bit of our lives, and it felt nice.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, and we were outside and we were all together and it felt good.
I bet.
I only caught some of the interview. The part that I caught, you were explaining, I think Jen was asking questions that people had submitted.
Yeah.
And I caught the part where you were answering questions about, you were explaining about your brother being Samoan.
No, my brother's Mexican. I'm Mexican. My husband is Samoan.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I caught that part, and you were explaining about that, and I learned a lot from that. And like I said, I was watching from the TV, so I really couldn't comment. But I was like, wow, this is very interesting. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That was
cool, right?
That was like really learning. I'm like, wow, and you're so open. And you were very articulate and you were breaking it down. And I'm like, okay, all right, shoot, teach us.
Right? I was trying to soak it all in. Like, this is, because it's different from what we're used to in our maybe little area or whatever. Like, so if we connect with each other from different areas of the state or the United States or the world, like, I don't know, we can learn a lot from each other.
Where are you from, Drena?
I'm from California. I'm in California. I was originally born and raised in Oakland, California. And then when my son turned, he was in kindergarten, so he must have been like, what, 4 or 5 years old. We moved to Sacramento because in my family, there was a death. My nephew was shot, and he was murdered at Marine World Fright Night.
Oh my God. I'm so
and there was just so much drama going on with the family. And I literally had a dream one night, and I woke up and I said, you know what? I dreamed that we just took our kids. I transferred my job. We moved to Sacramento. And I'm telling you, from that conversation, it was literally 3 weeks later, we were uprooted and in Sacramento.
Really?
Okay. But you know what? I didn't know all of the drama and, you know, that goes on. Everywhere you go, there's going to be something.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be crime everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But you don't have to participate. You know what I mean? In that. So I was able to keep my kids away from all the things that we left Oakland for. So they didn't get involved in all that.
Right.
So it was a real blessing. I didn't learn about gangs and any of that until, you know, I met Curtis and he starts to help me understand how that stuff works. But I'm still like lightweight clueless. But I'm always in continuous learning mode. So I love to learn about people. I love people. I love why do we do the things we do? Why do we make the choices we make? That was one of my main reasons of like going into psychology. I want to understand people.
Okay. Okay. Hey, there's thank you, Hermano Cello Trucker. Appreciate you. So that's what you're in psychology?
Yes, psychology and criminal justice.
Oh, you guys both? Okay. I knew this was gonna link you.
Yeah. So hopefully on the 25th, hopefully by the end of this month, I can get back into the master's program. It's just an 18-month program, get my master's degree in education with a specialization so that I can work with kids.
All right. Nice.
You know, I want to be in that arena because I was teaching adults for so long. I'm ready to get back to the children because they are our future.
There you go.
I like to invest in our kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that for sure. That's what's up. So Monica you have a degree in criminal justice too, right?
Yeah, dude. Actually, I was gonna tell her like I went to school for criminal justice, and I actually worked with incarcerated youth, and I've worked with youth in the foster care system, like in group home.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was an experience that that you can't be I couldn't be like you know how you have to be like a certain way because you can't get emotionally involved. And it was really hard for me not to. Especially with my brother being incarcerated, my husband being incarcerated, and then the kids and how they feel and all that. So it's just like I had to I couldn't you know, I prayed about it and I felt like God was calling me to just I can't do it without getting emotionally involved, you know. And so now I work at a dental office. I work for an orthodontics office. Yeah, and I'm a financial coordinator there, and so, but it is still with kids. But I actually went that route instead because it was too emotionally.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I caught myself spending more time with the children that were in the group home and helping them than actually spending time with my own kids. And it's like that was taking an effect on my kids, you know. But it's because of I felt so bad. Like I was like, oh, they don't have anybody. They don't have anything, you know. Yes. But then it's like my kids are like, well, what about us, you know? And it's like, I'm like, you know, I can do that, but I think maybe later when my kids get older.
Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. I have not, you know, worked in those areas, but I can understand somewhat because I grew up with foster brothers and sisters, like a lot. So my mom would always be having foster kids in the house, and it was a trip. A lot of times, there was from all different backgrounds, you know what I mean? And all different types of trauma.
Yeah.
So that's something, there's somebody, I don't even know, he's going to have a channel coming out, a subscriber. I don't know if he wants to mention it yet, so I'll wait. But a subscriber he's going to make a channel, and he's going to speak on his experience in the foster care system. So,
yeah, and a lot of kids, they go through a lot of stuff, especially like with other foster parents. Like, I feel like instead of helping them, they ruin them even more. Well, from my experience, from the kids that I've ran across, it's like only a couple of them had good experiences in the foster care system, and it's horrible,
Yeah, I've definitely heard some nightmare stories. My mom was kind of like the type of person that she couldn't, like how you were saying, it was so hard to not spend time with them because they didn't have anyone. That I remember my mom being that way. Like, I have to take them. Like, I have to, and I remember my parents fighting about that.
Yeah.
Like my real dad, my bio dad, he wasn't feeling it,
Yeah, my husband and I would argue about that too, because he'd be like, why are you going in on the weekend? What about the boys? Like, you're not spending time with our sons and this and that. And I'd be like, what about the kid? Like, hello, they don't have a mom, they don't have a dad. Like, I don't know. It wasn't good. So I had to walk away for just a second, until my kids are old enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand that for sure.
And you're still young. You still can choose a career that goes in so many different directions. Let me tell you, I'm sure I'm the oldest one on this panel. But listen, I started out as an EMT. I went to emergency medical technician school, got my certification in that, and decided that after I did that job for just a bit, I'm like, yeah, no. The blood and the guts and, the adrenaline rush and getting to the scene and, all of that. So then I said, I'm going to be a bartender. So I went and got my certificate of mixology, did that for a while. And, I've changed careers. Do what you got to do that works for you, and you're going to find it, because God is going to show you because you got to listen. You gotta, like you said, like God was speaking to your heart, right? When we have that, that's why I love convicted hearts, because I pray for the conviction, right? Because when I don't have the conviction, then I feel like something's wrong. Like, I always want to have that conviction in my heart.
Yeah.
And when I lose that, when I'm doing something that I know that is like not okay, and I don't have a conviction, I'm like, okay, let me pray. Let me go into my closet and say, okay, God, like, continue to convict my heart every day, so I don't lose myself and lose perspective.
Yes, that part. Shout out Heart Intentions. Thank you. You know what? That's funny, because when I was, first starting out, like, I'm still learning. It takes me a while, but I was struggling with a channel name. Like, what am I gonna call it? In like several days. I think it was weeks even, because I am so bad about making a decision and getting caught up with real life. You know what I mean? And I don't know, one day that just came to me, and I'm like, if you don't feel convicted, then what do you really have? Like, in life, like, if you don't feel that, for me anyways, I feel like I would be lost if I didn't feel convicted of.
Right.
Well, and then it just made sense, and also the genre that we're in as well, it has the deeper meaning. It's hard for me to explain unless I sit down and really pinpoint it, because I don't know, that's just me, my brain. But you ladies have both had so many like unique career opportunities, or like, you guys have done a lot. I feel very underqualified right now.
No, you bring so much to the table. You touch so many people's lives. And sometimes, girlfriend, you plant the seed, and it is not up for you to determine what happens to the seed, because somebody else will come along and water it, and then God will put the sun on it and make it grow. And you may not ever see, the results, but just know that you're planting seeds. And I call them golden nuggets. So when I make a video, I'm like, you know what? You better pick up these golden nuggets where you can. And if you can't use it right now, use it like a credit card. Pull it out when it's appropriate or share it with someone else. But it'll come back to you, and it's not for everyone, you know?
You're right.
We're women. We are strong women. Mm-hmm. And if we don't know ourselves, then we can't expect for other people to know who we are. And do we have good days? Do we have bad days? Are we human? Absolutely. Do we make mistakes? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not perfect. And we're on social media, so we're living our lives out loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what we chose to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I think God gives everybody their own journey,
Yeah.
But it's nobody's journey is better than anybody else's. We all have to. We all get tools, and then we have to work with it with what we have,
Yeah.
For sure. The one thing that I can say that I relate to, like I didn't have a, hey, what's up, Jojo? Is he Sin City? I didn't have like a degree in it or whatever, but I did like caregiving. Okay, the first person I did that for was my own grandfather. And that was probably, obviously out of my love for him and loyalty, he was basically a father to me. That man, he showed me a gentle side.
Wow.
Of a man that I never saw and no disrespect, my real dad, I never saw that. He was, my real dad was like rough, and but that taught me a lot of good things too. So no disrespect there, of course. But I, cared for him right up until, I felt honored to be there for his last breaths,
I'm so sorry. I have to go get, I love these. I'm going to get another one.
Okay, go get one, girl. Right?
No one else likes them, so that's why I buy them.
I wonder if that's, what is it, White Claw? Is that what she has?
It's Canada Dry Grapefruit Sparkling Seltzer Water.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to put a White Claw on you, and it's just
non-alcohol.
Right, and now I don't have any, but you know what? I'll drink my ginger ale.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, I did caregiving for another person after, like years later, just to, make a way because it was a bad time in life, and I had this connection because my aunt knew this lady that needed someone to care for her mother. I'm telling you, that was the craziest experience. Let me tell you something. And without saying names, it's a small town. This lady had money. But you wouldn't have known. She dressed like I don't even want to say. She dressed like someone you would see on the streets, So when I got to her home, I was like, this cannot be the right address. Like 3-story home. There was a swimming pool. There was like ATVs, motorcycles, Harleys, lifted trucks. She had a dog that was like from Germany, like trained, like, I don't know, $12,000 German Shepherd. This lady was a trip, but she had her mom in the house, and I was caring for her mom, and I grew to really love this lady. Like, oh man, it killed me to have to leave her every day. And she would cry and like beg me not to leave, and that started really messing with my mental state, like, please don't leave me. They don't come check on me when you're gone, and that really messed me up to hear that. And once I stayed there for a little while, like, Jojo, is she single? Yeah, her husband died mysteriously, so shoot your shot and see what happens. But I'm just saying. But
you know what?
That's no joke.
Let me share something with you that we have in common.
Hi, Harvey.
I was summoned to a man that needed a home care provider. I wasn't into home care providing. However, I was like, okay, sure. It's just like, 3 to 4 hours a day. And it was room and board. So the lady who was running it, she had me sign up for in-home support services where they pay you to do it. So I would go see him, Mr. Bobby, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, he's such a dear heart. But when I wasn't there, he wasn't taking his medication. He wasn't showering. He wasn't cleaning. He wasn't eating his food. And I asked the owner of the program, I'm like, okay, so is this room and board or is this board and care? Because he is not a good candidate for independent living. So I took him from there and I moved him into my house and he became part of our family.
Oh, wow.
And he passed away, but he became part of our family and we loved him. We love Mr. Bobby. And I say right now to this day, Mr. Bobby's spirit is in his house because sometimes we can't find our keys. Like we make a joke about it, but he can care for himself.
Right.
And so God put that on my heart to bring him to my house. Now I didn't kidnap him. I called his daughter and told her, listen, where your dad is not board and care. It is room and board. He has to be a good candidate for independent living. When I'm not there, he's not taking his medications. He's not eating. He's not showering. So I would like to bring him to my home and then I could look after him and I could care for him because he needs around the clock care. So that's something that we have in common.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's I don't know, you have to have that in your heart, right? To be.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And so not to get too into the lady's business, but something about the lady that I had worked for, I had to deal with the daughter in order, to get paid. So one day I was in there taking care of her mom, a sweetheart, like I said. And I hear a power tool in the walls, the walls start vibrating. And I'm like, girl, what is going on up there? I'm afraid to go look, But it kept getting louder and louder. So I was like, I got to go check. And this lady was sawing holes into her walls of her beautiful, 3-story home. And was telling me,
wow.
That the FBI was tapping the house and watching us.
What?
And okay, let me just put it this way. I was doing their laundry, which wasn't even part of my job. I was just trying to help out. And I had found some, some little funny business in the pockets before. And I'm like, okay, she's on one. She's on a good one. She's hallucinating, But yeah, once that stuff started happening and she would tell me her home was robbed 2 days before. And I was like, I can't come over here anymore. This is tripping me out. I don't want to be around it. And just being around someone that was that paranoid, it broke my heart to not show up for the elderly lady anymore. But it came to a point where I had to choose my own safety. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely. I opened my home up to room and boarding care because I felt very passionate about that.
Yeah.
Still working a full-time job and having my own kids, but as they got older and moved out, we're still in this 4-bedroom house, and now it's just me and my 13-year-old daughter and Curtis. So it would behoove me not to be a greater blessing to someone else when I have the passion for it and I'm already certified.
Yeah.
And, I brought a young lady in. It didn't work out. She wants to come back now. She's blowing up my phone. So I'm going to have to pray about that because it's not just her mental illness. It's other things like bringing strangers, to the house. And I'm like, checks out. I have a daughter. And, you know, I can't, you know, I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's tell your mother to call me, and I will speak to your mother and let her know, like, it is not just your mental illness. There are other things that you're doing that is not acceptable, because I have to, you know, provide a safe environment for my child. That is the name. Drena's Haven 916. Haven is a safe place. This is a safe place, whether we are speaking virtually, we're speaking offline, or you come into my home. I want you to feel safe.
Right.
It's a safe place. And it's hard if someone you bring in is not providing, you know, a safe place. This is your castle. This is where I have to lay my head.
Yeah.
So I can't have you meeting people on Plenty of Fish and then having them show up to my house. Look, I got cameras everywhere. So
for sure,
I'm like, and who is that?
Yeah,
they gotta go.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's hard, you know. We have tough skin, and we gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Right. I agree. We gotta be careful about who we bring around. I think we all have stories. You know what I mean? Like, I know I do stories about. Like, I really wish at times families' eyes would have been opened back in the day to things, you know. But I guess, you know, I did learn from that too, and I'm probably overprotective as a parent, but it's based off of my own experience, you know.
And you didn't go through those experiences for a all.
Right.
You went through those experiences because it's going to help someone else. Sometimes our struggles that we go through, they're not for us.
Yeah.
Per se. They are for other people. Because if you can surround yourself with someone who has been through what you're going through, not someone who's going through what you're going through, someone who has been there, done that, got a t-shirt, refrigerator magnet, keychain, wrote a book, all the stuff. Then that person can help you navigate through your experience. So, is Monica? What you're sharing, your story and your experience that you're sharing is helping someone else who may be going through the same thing and don't know how to navigate through that and don't know how to stay solid, true to themselves. You get up, you put on your makeup, you keep it moving. Now, do you look glamorous every single day? I don't know. But my daughter tells me, like, Mom, where are you going today? I'm not going anywhere. Well, why are you getting dressed up? I have on some sweats and a t-shirt. I put on my eyebrows. I comb my hair, and I may stay home all day. But because that makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, my kids do me like that too. Where are you going? Please. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Some days I don't feel like it, but come on now. I got a man. So I gotta keep it together.
Right? That's what my kids clowned me the other day. They're like, where do you think you're going, Mom? I'm like, I'm going to the store. They're like, you don't have no friends in real life. I was like, oh, you guys are messed up.
I'm telling you.
It'll be your own kids, to be like, damn, just because I don't bring people around you all the time doesn't mean I don't have friends, I have a select few people that they know, and that's about it, It is what it is.
Nope. I don't hang around I don't hang, I'm older now. I'm seasoned now. I've been there. I've done all the partying. I have done everything. I've traveled. I'm good. You know what? I pay money to be in this house. So why would I continue to just keep bouncing out and bouncing out and bouncing out? And I pay money to be here.
Yeah. For sure.
Not to say that I'm like a homebody or anything, but I'm gonna enjoy, you know, like decorating and you know, shit. I pay for internet. I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna binge watch something on TV all day if I want to. If I choose to do that,
right?
My life. This is what I choose to do.
That's
get on,
right.
get off.
I love that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad
Thank you for inviting me on.
Right? Yes. I would love to do this again, ladies. I know we're like working out all the kinks, but hey, we can learn from each other, and definitely I would love to do this again if you ladies would.
Absolutely. We call it, you know what? I call it talk girl talk.
Yeah, we all need it.
And for me, it's I'm not looking at the comments and we're just chopping it up and we just having a talk girl talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
So I like that.
Appreciate you both so much. I'll touch in with you, both of you ladies. I know Drena, you know, you want to shout your channel out, your man's channel.
Sure. It's Drena's Haven 916. And it is a DBA of my nonprofit organization, which is Alternative Life Solutions, and it's geared towards helping people start brand new lifestyles. We're not going to do the work for you, but it is a plethora of resources. We cater to the most vulnerable in our community, which are homeless neighbors, our women with children, people living in their cars. It's freaking cold outside. You know, I have donor partners. If you are in need, you can go to the website and click on the book now. This is a free form that comes up. You don't have to be homeless. I get requests from people, I'm telling you, that are successful people, but nevertheless living from paycheck to paycheck, or living from Monday to Sunday, or don't know how to fill out their SSI paperwork, or navigate through the red tape and the bureaucracy of trying to get a conjugal visit, or you know, it's all about networking, because you know what? It's not what you know all the time. It's who you know. And if you can just network and continue to network and continue to network, God's going to make a way, because we got the faith it takes. We're not going to wait for anything to fall out the sky. I am a strong woman. Monica, you're a strong woman. Jen, you're a strong woman. And this is a power panel. We new to this, but I feel that this is a power panel. And I feel that there's other women that will catch this on the watch back. And like I said, they'll pick up some golden nuggets. And I think the more you do it, the better it will be. Yeah. And trust me, the critics and the trolls will come. Yeah. But stand solid, stay true to yourself, stay true to your family. You are a mother. We are queens. I say all the time, being a queen is a mentality. It is not our outward adornment. It is how we think. When we change our mind and decide that I'm going to do things differently in my life, regardless of what I got to put on the line, when you be true to your freaking self, true to yourself, you're going to shine wherever you sit. We're going to shine wherever we sit. I don't care if I started off with a whole 13 subs. 13. Yeah. I don't know what it is now. I think it's like 400 or something. I don't know. I like the lower numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. But I'm not afraid of the bigger numbers.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
And it'll get there. But yes, Drena's Haven 916. Tap in, subscribe. Yes. First, check out a couple of videos. You know what I mean? And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I don't come onto the video and the first thing I say is hit that subscribe button. Why would I do that? And I haven't watched it yet. So
yeah,
that's part I don't really understand about you.
I know. I struggle with that part too. I'm like, people will tell me, you never say that. I'm like, it's so awkward for me, but sometimes I say it.
Not at the beginning. Not the first thing you say, hit the subscribe and the like. What if I don't like it?
I know, right? That's true. Monica, do you have any social medias that you would want anyone to follow you on, or No, if you don't, that's fine. But just so everyone knows,
No,
I'm trying to convince her to start a YouTube channel or to join in. So just know that.
I mean, I have IG and TikTok and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she wants to share that, I'll share it in the comments, or if you want to share it, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'll put it. Can I put it in the comments?
I think you can, right?
I don't know how to.
Okay, you can. If you want to send it to me, I'll put it and tag it in the comments to this.
Oh, okay. Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't really. I don't really know how to do all that. Like, I just do it for fun, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you enjoy it, right? And that's why you come off as like so joyful and like lighthearted, and you have fun with it because you're not doing it because you have to. You're doing it because you know what I mean? You enjoy it, and you just have a.
You're actually introducing me right now, because when you reached out to me, I was like, I'm
so glad that you answered me too, because I'm like, it's awkward reaching out to someone because you're like, I don't want to sound like a weirdo. Like, hey, would you want to? Sometimes Drena, sometimes you get people that reach out and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm an approachable person. It's just depends who's trying to talk to me or what they're trying to say, you know. Yeah. But I'm a very approachable person. Yeah.
Most definitely, and I appreciate
you. Have a powerful story.
Yeah.
You have a awesome testimony. Just a little bit that I did here. You were you were dropping some education on things that I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, all right. It's bringing some things together. Because I like to pick Curtis's brain, because I don't know much, about that prison genre, WeedTuber type stuff. But I ask questions because I want to know.
Yeah.
And that's how I learn. Yeah.
That's right. Well, I appreciate it. I'll be in touch with both of you. I can't wait to do this again.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys have a good night. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. Sending love and blessings to all of you. And I appreciate you all so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
BAM. Blessings and miracles. Y'all have a good night.
I'm with it. Okay. Good night.
Talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Later. Thank you, Drena.